This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the live stream will start. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to what is another video. Sat here in the middle of September, 17th of September 2023, a day after a horse identified on Classic Watch 2023 Continuous took out the final UK Classic of the season. Excuse me. At Doncaster, the St Ledger. Absolutely fantastic to see. So what we need to do now is we need to start going through the 2-year-old videos that we've done so far this season and try and find some Classic Watch 2024 possibles. So that's what we'll do now. We're going to start going through them all. I will edit them all off screen and see what horses we have got. And then hopefully I will be back at some point with a segment on the horse in question, and we'll have the individual segments that we need for each individual horse moving forward. Can I just say thank you very much for supporting all the sites and the YouTube channels as you have been. It's always very much appreciated. But for now, I've got plenty of editing to do, and I will be back soon with a Classic Watch 2024 possible that was identified in the first half of 2023 H2. Take care, everybody. Right, the first horse we're going to take a look at today. I'm going to try something different next year, I think, with the Coolmore horses. We tried a couple of No Nay Nevers this year for classics, Meditate, and what was the other one? Oh, yeah, of course, Little Big Bear. You know, and we've had others as well. Midnight Mile, I think, was a No Nay Never. So I've decided really that they're going to have to, well, how can they show more than Little Big Bear, you know, last year? That's the trouble we've got. That's the trouble I've got with the No Nay Nevers. Now, I've just kind of totally lost faith in them after this year. So anything really that wins a pattern race that's got half a pedigree by Coolmore that's not by No Nay Never wins at 2. Chances are I'm gonna chance it and see how we go with it. You know, it's gonna go. It could always go on the possibles list. But this horse here, Ylang Ylang by Frankel, out of a dam called Shambolic, has already won the Group 3. It's won a Group 3 on its second start last week. But the figures, look at that, less than 100 to win an Irish Group 3. I mean, I know it's early in the season, but that's low. You know, I'd want it at least 7 or 8 higher than that. What can we say about the horse? It's been heavily fancied on its first 2 starts. It's gone off odds on both starts. So these people that work the horses, they might know. You know what I mean? That they've got a good one here. It's done nothing wrong so far. Unbeaten horse. So we're going to take a quick look at it, and hopefully it will come good for us. People will see there that the horse is from family 19B. They look at the horse there, but Shambolic, a Shamadal sired dam out of Comic. So let's have a look at some of the dams. Shambolic, the first dam, rather like the one we looked at yesterday. You know, it never won a pattern race. Shambolic was trained by John Gosden and owned by and bred by the Duke of Devonshire. Not a bad horse though, really. People have to say it was rated over 100, 101, and it was placed in 3 pattern races, and it was also 4th on its 3rd start in the 2018 Fillies Mile behind Iridessa. It was 2nd in the Pretty Polly Stakes at Newmarket behind Maxad. That was its career best apparently of 101. It was also 2nd in the listed Height of Fashion Stakes behind Aloe Vera. I remember that race. I think I had the winner that day. Aloe Vera's an Alouette, trained by Rafe Beckett. That was 2nd that day out of 9. And then it was also 3rd at Newmarket towards the end of 2019 in the Chalice Stakes. So it was an interesting horse. Well, it's been beaten by some good ones. It's Starcatcher and Search for a Song. Two very nice horses there that managed to lower her colours. In the paddock, well, this seems to be the first filly of hers to race. So there's not really much we can garner from that. But when we take a look at a few of the other dams, and then we'll hit back to the legacy site. The second dam, Comic, we'll go back to Bell Song, I think. Foaled in the year England won the World Cup. Comic won 2 out of her 6 starts, and is also a black type producer. Circus Act, the third dam, was, according to this site here, which I do accept. Yeah, I do. Can't check them all. It's unraced. And the fourth dam, Circus Ring, foaled in 1979. Actually won 3 of her 4 starts. Very good. Won the Lowther and was the champion 2-year-old filly in England. And the Grand Dam of triple Australian Group 1 winner, 7 Rose. And we're going to take a look at some of these horses in a minute. And the Great Grand Dam of champion Hong Kong galloper Viva Patica. Very, very good dam there, foaled in 1979. Lowther and Princess Margaret winning. Champion 2-year-old filly in England. And then in the year England win the World Cup, the 5th dam of the horse was foaled. Bell Song, winner of 12 of her 2 starts, and winner of the Fernhill Stakes at Ascot with a time form figure of 101. So you can see there that there is some nice horses, some very nice horses indeed on the pedigree. The first 5 dams have got to allow the winning decent 2-year-old. Got another decent 2-year-old here as well. So we've got some good horses, but I think when people go further back, they'll find. Quicker for me to type the horse in again. The site's quite old. It's not easy to navigate round. It's a superb site, but clunky in places. You can't for instance, you can't right click on horses and copy them, that sort of thing. Very good site though, without any shadow of a doubt. Let's get back to where we need to be on Ylang Ylang, and then we can crack on. All right, there we go. So people go back to 19B, they will see that. Go further back to a horse called Campanula, who was foaled in 1934 on this line. I think she's a bit like the 8th or 9th dam. We'll have a look at the horse. We'll have a look in a minute. Campanula actually won the 1934 UK 1,000 Guineas. And Campanula, with Bell Song being the 5th dam of the horse. Yep, Campanula is the 8th dam of this horse. For a horse foaled that far back in 1931, you have to say that's quite recent, really. So we've got the 8th dam was a Guineas winner. Circus Ring, the 4th dam, was a Lowther winner. With like it touched on, there's nice horses in this pedigree as well that I looked at. Dibidale, foaled in 1971, won the Irish Oaks in 1974, the year of my birth, and unfortunately was put down when it raced in the Geoffrey Freer Stakes. Sounds quite interesting, look. Dibidale had appeared to have the 1974 Epsom Oaks at her mercy until her saddle slipped 2 furlongs from home and she lost her weight cloth. With Willie Carson riding bareback, she was disqualified for not carrying the correct weight. I mean, that must have been a fantastic story at the time. But she did make amends by winning the Irish Oaks and the Yorkshire Oaks. She also won the Cheshire Oaks. Very good filly, Dibidale. Tony Bin is another one, Arc winner. I've never particularly heard of this horse. It won 15 out of 27 starts. It won the Arc, the Gran Premio del Jockey Club Italiano, 2 Gran Premio di Milanos. Very good horse. And it was also one of the leading sires in Japan before sadly dying in 2000 of heart failure. The champion older horse in Europe in its day. Yeah, some very nice horses, very closely related to this horse. There you'll see there, Campanula is the 5th dam of Tony Bin. We didn't look to see where we fitted in with the other one, did we? Yeah, I like to cover most bases. So I'll just have to load Dibby Dale back up again and we'll see where she fits in. You'll see there that Campanula again is the 5th dam of Dibby Dale. Very nice fillies. Very nice filly. 5th dam of that. Like we touched on there, Viva Patica won 18 of his 50 starts. 83 million Hong Kong dollars, also £122,000 in the UK. It wasn't a bad horse in the UK when it raced in Britain for Sir Mark Prescott under the name Comic Strip. 2005-2006 Hong Kong champion stayer, 7th top global performer, and retired in 2011 from racing. Hong Kong Cup winner, Hong Kong Derby winner. It's won so many races out there to win $83 million. Just need to look. Champions and Chater Cup twice, QE Cup. It's won a couple of Group 2s out there as well. I'm fairly sure it was from the Dubai Shima Classic. I mean, a superb gelding. Absolutely magnificent horse. And that's quite closely related to our horse. Campanula is a bit further back in this one. It's still closely related to Comic, you see. Comic is also the dam of Viva Patica. So the half-sister to the dam of our horse here, Ylang Ylang. So despite the best horse so far going back, we are getting closer back to the current day with horses that are quite closely related to our horse. Serenade Rose is another one it touched on. Winner of 8 of its 19 starts, $1.8 Australian million. Won the VRC Oaks, the Wakeful, the Australian Oaks, the Storm Queen Stakes. I think that race might have been renamed now. Don't really ring any bells. Champion 3-year-old filly in Australia, star of the 2005-6 3-year-old fillies division. You see there that Rose of Tralee, Circus Ring and Bell Song are also quite closely related to Ylang Ylang, Bell Song and Circus Ring, the 4th and 5th dams of Ylang Ylang. Serenade Rose herself has actually been a great dam herself as well. And I followed a couple of her offspring with fantastic success. Made out in France and Australia, EGOT is a horse I would love to go and see race out in Australia. I've always said it. It's still an entire winner of 7 of his 15 races, despite only winning €216,000 for doing so. Winner of a Group 3 Prix-Descent Elwas and 2 listed races in France. But I just fit Serenade Rose as the 2nd dam of Ego. But the horse that I will always be fondly remembered in this line for is my old mate Trekking out in Australia, winner of 10 of his 38 starts and arguably one of the fastest horses I've ever seen in my 3 or 4 years of watching Australian racing. Some of his wins really do need to be watching. This horse is an absolute bullet. Winner of $5.1 million on his day. You see there, dual Group 1 winner of the Stradbroke and the Goodwood Handicap. What a fantastic day that was when it won the Goodwood Handicap. I remember it now. About 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, it flew home. It was brilliant. Just what it's all about. Also won the Group 2 Schillaci, the Group 3 Hallmark, and 2 listed races, the Testarossa and the Luskin Star. It's ran numerous cracking races in other Group 1 races as well. Absolutely fantastic horse. Serenade Rose, the 2nd dam of Trekking. You see there that and also the 2nd dam of Ego. And there's another one, Charlie Rose was one as well, that managed to get to the Melbourne Cup that I followed out in Australia. Winner of 6 of 20 starts and nearly $1 million. Won the Group 2 Group 3 races, the Geelong Cup and the Lord Ream Stakes. And it also won the listed Bago Handicap. So this line has done this 7A line has done its bit for me in the last couple of years. You'll see there Circus Ring and Bell Song. Star of Tralee is the dam of 7A Rose, I think. There you go. Oh no, Rose of Tralee is the dam of 7A Rose, and the second dam of Tralee Rose. It was a good honest horse and gave me some good nights in Australia watching her go round. You see plenty of horses there. Plenty of horses that would indicate to me. Another one was Athens Wood, who no one seems to want to be talking about. I don't know what that horse did wrong, but nobody seems to. I click on it and there's no one showing the form for it or anything. I found an article on it. Lester Piggott wrote it on the day it won, the 1971 St Ledger, but I couldn't really find any form for it like all the others. It's just a blank page on the site I use. But plenty of nice horses there, classic horses, horses that have won races really all around the world, Australia, Hong Kong, Tony Bin, champion sire in Japan. You know, we've got Australia, Hong Kong, France with Ego, Tony Bin as well in France, Arc winner, an Italian horse, Italian Group 1 winner. Some very nice horses, quite closely related to Ylang Ylang. So before we move on to the next horse, let's watch the horse win, shall we? And see what we make of it.
She has good form. She won on easy-ish ground at Listowel the time before that.
And that off in the Jockey Club of Turkey Silver Flash 2-year-old filly stakes. It's a Group 3 over 7 furlongs, and it's Ylang Ylang. Shading it in the early stages from Rush Queen, and then Mysteries and the Monty next, and they're followed by Lady Craftsman, and at the rear, the maiden in the lineup, Vespertilio. At the end of the opening furlong and a half, it's Ylang Ylang the leader. Going on a length in front of Rush Queen, a couple of lengths back to Mysteries, in between the Monty and Lady Craftsman, and the back marker is Vespertilio. Turning out of the far side and striding on 2 lengths clear is Ylang Ylang and Ryan Moore. In second place is Rush Queen Ben Cohen. Third is Mysteries Gavin Ryan. Disputing the fourth, Lady Craftsman, Robbie Colgan on the outside of Namonte, and Mikey Sheehy with the back marker, Vespertilio and Billy Lee. Coming past the halfway stage, little has changed. The leader is Ylang Ylang, tracked by Rush Queen, who's joined for the second by Mysteries. Pushed along Lady Craftsman on the outside of Namonte, and sixth of the 6 is Vespertilio. Round the bend for the final couple of furlongs, and it's Ylang Ylang the leader from Mysteries, a little bit closer in second. Rush Queen has dropped ground. Then Namonte, Vespertilio starting to pick up, and then Lady Craftsman. Ylang Ylang has re-established a couple of lengths lead. Vespertilio is making a fist of it in the middle of the track, and then Mysteries, Rush Queen, Namonte and Lady Craftsman, but it's Ylang Ylang in front by a couple of lengths, and is going to confirm the promise of her maiden in the Silver Flash. Doubles all round for filly trainer and jockey. Second is Vespertilio, third was Mysteries.
I mean, yeah, we can review these races under fair use, which we will do now. I mean, very good performance that was. I've looked at Mysteries and followed Mysteries as well. Mysteries on the day would have been my preferred choice to win that race. But Mystery is very well bred in the Arcos horse. But it has to be said that Ylang Ylang saw it off quite well. I mean, Mysteries came to her. The second, Vespertilio, I've not looked at, to be honest. Ylang Ylang and Mysteries, though, I think that could be proved to be good form. You know, it'd be interesting to see what Mysteries does later on in the season. It's won a maiden, but it's been beaten in a pattern race now, so it might be one that needs to win a Group 1 or a Group 2 before I make a video on her. Yeah, beautifully bred filly. And Ylang Ylang beat that fair and square there, really, on that day, over that trip at that time. But yeah, how can we not move forward with an unbeaten Group 3 winning horse with a fair enough pedigree out of Frankel that seems to be heading in the right way? Who knows really how good the ceiling of the horse will be? We've seen some horses there that have won a lot of money around the world, quite closely related to this horse. So we will chance Ylang Ylang, I think, and hopefully it will reward our patience with it.